Good afternoon, friends. Today, I feel like we need to talk about imperfections, the things that we'd rather not have in our lives because we judge ourselves or we think things aren't the way they should be. And we all have these thoughts, either about ourselves, which are typically the most harsh, or of others. So, there's this really interesting Japanese art. And tell me if you've heard about it in the comments. I'd love to hear it, but it's called kintsugi. And the first time I ever saw it was actually, I think it was on Instagram or YouTube. There was this beautiful tea kettle, and it had broken, and they had used gold to put it back together. So in my mind, I was like, wow, I'm sure it was lovely before, but it's even more beautiful now because of this scar and crack that is healed and is enlightened with gold. So, I really want to share today how we can use the practice of kintsugi, right, which is that Japanese art of repairing broken pottery with gold or silver, kind of a lacquer, and really bring it to life in our own lives, in our minds. So, remember, it really symbolizes beauty and imperfection and the value of embracing and highlighting flaws rather than hiding them. Now, it can be super transformative when we apply it to like personal growth and our well being. And here's how we can utilize kintsugi philosophy in our own lives. So, first of all, let's talk about embracing imperfections, right? So, we're going to require self acceptance. So, recognize and accept your flaws and mistakes as integral parts of who we are. That's just part of our human experience, right? So, instead of criticizing yourself and saying, oh, I am anxious, or I am dumb, or I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, think about these imperfections or these judgments. I even hate to say the word imperfection because we're perfectly how we are, but just think about these, I will say, imperfections as opportunities for growth, right? And self discovery, because it might be through one of those imperfections that you find your true calling or your true talent, right? So that's an amazing thing. So, what does that mean? That means that you're going to have resilience building, right? So, when you use past setbacks or failures as lessons to build strength and resilience, it's like the cracks in the kintsugi pottery, right? That are filled with gold. Your experiences, both good and bad, contribute to your unique strength and character. I mean, what a fabulous way to think about life is that every time we have a failure or setback, it's like gold. It is literally filling our soul, filling our life pot with gold, because those are opportunities that you wouldn't have been able to find the discovery in the crack. Number two, really want to highlight growth and healing, right? So let's talk about sharing your story. So, just as kintsugi highlights kind of the repair lines with precious metals, share your journey of overcoming challenges or healings from past hurts, because this not only celebrates your growth, but it can also inspire and encourage others from facing similar struggles. For example, my Vitamix issue that I talked about a few days ago, I am still getting comments as of today how much people enjoyed the fact that my Vitamix exploding more than once was a joy because they could relate. Well, today there was another Vitamix lesson. I, I am an imperfectionist with Vitamix, I guess. But the Vitamix, instead of exploding, it just shut down. And so, because again, it got to the point that I tried to stuff too much of it. So this is the gold at the end of my Vitamix rainbow is Lori. What are you going to learn? It's you just need to give life space. You have to give the Vitamix space to work its magic. This is like such a valuable lesson. Anyway, this is kind of gets to the point of mindful reflection, right? So when you think about these Vitamix opportunities or your opportunities, whatever you'd like to call them. But I'm now going to start referring to these opportunities as Vitamix opportunities. It's mindful reflection, right? So regularly reflecting on your life experiences and the ways you've grown and changed over time, then acknowledge and honor the difficulties, right, that you faced and the wisdom you gained in the process. This is what makes humans so amazing. We've all done these hard things. So many, every single person you meet has struggled and overcome. And to make a quick judgment based on someone, a story, or just a thought on how someone looks, I think is really not only not allowing them and honoring their journey, but what are you missing in your own life that you could have been learning from that person or their experiences? Anyway, next I want to think about this as transform flaws into strengths, right? So this is a great time for personal development. So really just actively work on transforming your weaknesses into strengths, right? For example, if you've struggled with anxiety, perhaps it's also made you more empathetic and attuned to the feelings of others, which can be a significant strength in personal and professional relationships. You can use your imperfections as kind of like a opportunity for creative expression, right? So think about it as sources of creativity and inspiration. So I love to draw, and it's really the things that I've drawn that mean the most to me are typically things that have come out of some type of struggle or a challenge that I faced in my life. One of the things that was one of my favorite drawings was I drew a head. Well, I drew like a teacup, and the teacup was kind of like a face, it had a face, and then it had all these spouts coming out of the teapot, and they were all turning on, and they had different names. So family, friends, jobs. So these are the things where your energy is leaving you. And then on the inside, there was another, like a tea kettle pouring into the teacup of this person, right? Because there's always an outflow, but the whole point was to show that we need to restore and allow time to fill up again so that you can be present and give of others. And that has definitely been one of the things I've been working on the most. And I think by doing my mindful walks that I am here, I'm a better person for it, and I can be more present with those who I'm interacting with. And yeah, so again, this can be through art, writing, music, any form of expression that allows you to explore and convey your unique perspective and experience. Next, I think it's really think about foster connections and understanding, right? So by acknowledging your own imperfections, you can develop a greater empathy and compassion for others, because you really can't have compassion without suffering or struggle. If you think about it, if you were to walk through life and never had any difficulties or things to overcome, how are you going to grow? How are you going to feel empathy or compassion for others who are also struggling? I think those with the greatest compassion are some of those who've done the greatest suffering. And, this just really fosters those more deep and more authentic connections and can create such a supportive community where openness and vulnerability are valued, right? So what else can you do here? You can think about mentorship and support. So you can offer guidance and support to others who may be struggling with their imperfections, their Vitamix struggles. I might need some professional help, guys. And your journey can really illuminate the path for others, right? Really helping to see the value in their own challenges and growth. And so let's talk about how we can do this every day, right? So how can I integrate kintsugi into everyday life? And maybe I'll just start calling it kintsugi opportunities. I have a lot of them, especially lately. And so how can I do this daily? Mindfulness practices, right? So engage in mindfulness practices that encourage you to appreciate the present moment, including all of its imperfections. I think this is a point of acceptance when you see that this is the moment and it's showing up as the way it is. For example, yesterday or 2 days ago, maybe 3 days ago, our dishwasher broke. It's an old dishwasher, came with the house that we bought that's 50 years old. And we had it fixed the first year we moved in, but it just wasn't going to have it. It was done. And I'm like, okay, I've accepted this moment. Well, I ordered a new dishwasher. It arrived today. And then they couldn't get out the old one because it didn't want to leave because the floor was too high. So they had built around the dishwasher. So the guy finally got it out, but it was with some determination and a little bit of floor healing will have to occur. And then they just left the older dishwasher because the new dishwasher, I mean, they took the old dishwasher, the new dishwasher won't fit. So now we're in the process of grinding down underneath the cabinet so we can slip this new dishwasher into a space. And my poor husband. But when you think about what are the opportunities to learn here, is one, it's okay. This is a great opportunity to laugh at these circumstances. My husband's saying for the last day has been, it is what it is. This moment is what it is. Complaining will do absolutely nothing other than get us upset. It's kind of like weather. Weather's not good or bad. Weather is just what weather is. Weather presents, it is what it is. Now, it doesn't mean you should, go out and seek tornadoes. I mean, there are people who do those things. We're glad that people can report those things, but, you don't go seek, the turmoil. But again, the moments in your life may show up as what you might perceive as in human terms as turmoil or stress. But really, if we just look at it at the reality and accept it as like, this is the circumstances, there's no good or bad here, judgment in the sense of, why is it doing this? I don't deserve this. That just causes more suffering. So anyway, that's the mindfulness piece, is being present now, right? And really just appreciate this present moment. You cultivate a mindset that values the beauty and learning in every situation. And really, when you incorporate the Kintsugi philosophy into your lifestyle, you can also do this in your home decor. Fashion is a constant reminder, right? So is there some other thing that you can utilize at it? I don't know what that might be. But one last example I like to think about is the outer skin that I'm living in, this body is aging, and there's more imperfections that are popping up, and which is fine. I've got, some laugh wrinkles, lots of laugh wrinkles, and I've had 3 gorgeous babies, and I have some serious stretch marks. But you know what these are? These are roadmaps of a wonderful life that I'm so thankful that I've been given the opportunity to live, because those stretch marks remind me of incredible memories with my kids. The laugh marks, the wrinkles, they just show that I've lived a life with a lot of smiles and joy. And others might consider the wrinkles and the scars as imperfections. I consider them a reminder of the joy that I've been given. And these are gifts. And when you live that way, I'm telling you, people, life gets better and you can have it now. And so anyway, I hope that was helpful. Bit of a ramble. But yeah, so I think it's time to bring a little bit more of Kintsugi into our lives. So let's transform those imperfections into beautiful pieces of art. So guys, you, my friends, are my Kintsugi today, and I'm so thankful for you and your time coming to spend time with me. So I'm sending to you peace, love, and joy, as always, in healing and just abundance, and knowing that you are worthy of everything that you desire in this world. So thank you for being here again, and I'll be back tomorrow with, I don't know, we'll see if maybe there's another Vitamix story at the end of the rainbow. Okay, thanks everyone.